Mike Johnston, please come up and introduce yourself. 2 minutes on the floor.
Thanks so much. I'm going to talk as fast as possible. 2 minutes. Thanks for having me. I am from House District 7, so thanks for letting me in the door when we got here. I'm delighted to be involved in tonight's dinner. I want to tell you quickly about myself also in my 97 remaining seconds. I am a teacher and a principal, have been in education for the last 10 years, and now the principal of a high school up in Mapleton, the Mapleton School of the Arts, which you probably saw in the news last year when President Obama came to town. We were the high school he came to visit. We became the first public high school in Colorado to get all 100% of our kids admitted to a four-year college, and that in a district that in the high school that just 3 years before had a 50% dropout rate. So I got involved in education because I believe that education was the civil rights question of our generation. And I think that if we want to be able to make sure that every kid has a real opportunity, they have to be able to have that opportunity not based on the zip code that they're born into or how much their parents make, but that we as a country ought to make that promise that every kid's going to walk out of high school with an opportunity to fulfill their dreams. And so I'm delighted to be involved in this race. In addition to being a teacher and a principal, I took a detour through law school and have been involved in policy over the last 8 years in Colorado here. Worked on Governor Ritter's campaign, on Tom Strickland's campaign, and was privileged over the last 2 years to be education advisor to now President Obama. And so I feel like some of the issues that are pressing here for us is how do we make sure that education becomes the engine for fueling long-term economic growth in this district? And how do we make sure that in addition to being mindful of how we create opportunities, that we make sure and focus on issues like healthcare being a right and not a privilege, and like making sure that transportation and energy are sectors that we're investing in deeply, but that we're creating jobs that start right here in this district. And so I look forward to that conversation, and my hope is that as someone who's been both a practitioner in these communities and a policymaker, I've worked closely with Senator Groff and with Representative Carroll, as well as with Governor Ritter and President Obama on the Secretary of Education and others. I feel like I have the combination of both someone who works in and around communities every day and someone who also cares about the policy issues. So I hope that I can have a big impact for this district and carry on Senator Groff's great leadership. Thanks so much for having me.